All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mileena is going to perform like crazy tonight. All right, so I'm hoping you're liking the show. I'm really going to focus on vlogging tonight. Now, it's fun to hear a model talk about topics because a lot of times you see a model, they don't say anything, right? And I'm more than a model. I'm more than just a model because I do a lot more singing and dancing than models, but most models don't do any. And I do a lot of vlogging, and I do a lot of slam poetry and memes and my own original songs and all this stuff. So I'm not just a model, right? But I mean, it's fun to see a model with a perspective and an opinion and something to fight for, being an advocate for. So, as much as you might think I'm very, pretty and look very, very good, I do like to advocate for people's success and people being famous. Now, I mean, I know for a lot of you, you might have a YouTube channel, and maybe it's not successful now, all right? Maybe it's something you've been growing a little bit by bit, and you're wondering when's it going to make it for you? When's it going to do well for you? And you're just thinking to yourself, how am I going to make it a success? How am I going to transform it into being a somebody from being a nobody, right? And I mean, that's different for everyone. It's something that we all, this is a model's perspective on how to see growth and how to see success, right? Like you might see somebody else with a perspective like this, but they're not a model, right? So maybe you might think, oh, they don't. And I mean, most people that aren't models have good perspectives on things too. But when you see a model talk about it, and you might be like a model type yourself, or maybe you're not, but you're just like, it's kind of cool to see a model's perspective on this, right? Like somebody that looks really glamorous and good, and you're just like, I need to know what models are doing, and how does a model become successful, and how does the model maintain success on YouTube, and how does she have, what's her opinion on things? Because a lot of models really don't share their opinions. They're almost like robots, and we all love models for that. And a lot of models in the modeling industry are just factory made, almost like a robot, right? So when they have an opinion and they have a perspective, you're just like, oh, that's cool. I like a model with power. I like a model with a business savviness and an edge, right? And something to talk about, of course. We all love models like that. Who wouldn't, right? So I'm a model with a purpose, right? My purpose is to do very well on YouTube. I have many other purposes in life, obviously to be a good family member and to be somebody with a lot of successes in other avenues. But I mean, my main priority is to be a YouTuber with big success. Now, because I'm not a big successful YouTuber yet, um, I do plan on focusing on a lot of other things right now. But I mean, I do want my success to be mainly on YouTube because I really think I'm a good YouTuber. I think I do quite well. I think I have a good message for people. So for me, I think it's important that I get people that might be struggling in their areas to have a YouTube purpose, have that purpose in life to be like, yes, I can be famous too, like Marco and Mileena. So I'm not famous by any means at all. Trust me, I wish I was. But I mean, my perspective might be a good one, right? Like you're thinking to yourself, this person knows what she's talking about. She's a businesswoman, a glamorous businesswoman, maybe more of a glamorous woman, but she's so savvy. She knows everything. She's sassy, but not too sass. She's fierce. She's vicious on the runway. So she knows what she's talking about, right? So to have a perspective where you're like, yeah, I do see myself as a success, even now when I'm not successful. You know what I mean? Like, you have to see yourself that way. You can't just not see yourself that way. It's important that you have a positive viewpoint on how successful you are now, because then you'll reach that success in the future, right? Visualizing your success is something that's important, right? So if you can visualize it, you can see it, it'll be there, right? So it's important that, a model's perspective is very important because since models do not feel they have a voice, a lot of models are going through a lot of issues, really. Like a lot of them do go through a lot. And a lot of it does stem from their looks. Some people might be thinking, well, how can a model have any difficulties? Well, a lot of female models are dealing with major issues, and so, and I'm just talking about the female models right now, but it's not necessarily easy. A lot of those women go through a lot, and they struggle, and so, for the most part, you're thinking, well, how's that even possible? But, and some people are like, yes, I know a model. She's going through a lot of issues. so they know. But I mean, like, so when you see a person that's a model and they're talking about their perspective on how to be successful and how to transform minimal views to huge views, you're thinking to yourself, yeah, that's what I want to hear, you know. I want a model's perspective, you know. If I look at Mileena and feel like Mileena, then I'm only doing myself justice because Mileena looks glam and she's so good. So why wouldn't I want to feel like Mileena, right? So it's important that you have people that are heroes that you can look up to, and people that you see gold in, and you see positive energy in, because it's important to have that, right? Like if you don't have that, what do you have, right? So even though I model and I do all kinds of stuff, I do have a good perspective because, well, not even though, because I model and do all that, I have a really good perspective on things. And so, when you see me talk about topics like this, I'm very knowledgeable. I have a really good background. I know about people a lot of ways because I've been around lots of different things. I've done a lot of different things. Not only am I a model and successful on YouTube, well, I will be successful on YouTube, not right now, but not only am I those things, but I'm also successful at a lot of other things. I have 2 degrees in university, so if you're thinking 1 degree is enough, most people have 1 degree. I have 2 degrees. So when you think about that, you're thinking, okay, that's a model right there with an opinion that would be valuable, right? That could be a valued opinion, right? So I have 2 degrees in university. I have a lot of experience in jobs. I've done a lot of jobs. I've really had to adapt to lots of different things. I've done quite a bit. I'm only 41. I know I don't look 41, but I'm only 41. So I mean, I've done quite a few things. And of course I want to do a lot more because when you see someone like Paris Hilton, she owns the Hilton hotels, she owns perfume lines, she owns all kinds of stuff, right? She's like really rich. And then you see someone like Victoria Beckham who owns a lot of lines as well, and she's successful, and Jessica Alba who has her new makeup line, like, but for some reason Jessica Alba, like, I'm not sure how her makeup line is doing, but for some reason she's not as glamorous as I had thought of her before. I used to think she was so pretty, but now she seems kind of plain to me. But I mean, she's not unattractive at all by any means, for sure. She does look good, but I'm like, she used to be someone that I would think was really hot. Like, I used to think she was so gorgeous, but now I'm kind of like, well, she's kind of motherly and homely. And there's a lot of mothers that look very, very good, and people think they're not motherly at all. But Jessica Alba totally looks motherly and homely to me now. She's always kind of weird on her videos. She looks kind of strange. But maybe she's shy. I don't know. I never thought she would be, or maybe the angle on the camera's bad. But I mean, she's not delivering like she did before. For like some of her movies, she was so good, But she wants to branch out. She wants to do something else. And modeling and the makeup industry is so successful that she could be a billionaire for all we know eventually, right? If she sells the right kind of product. Maybe she wants a motherly kind of perspective and just to sell to moms. There's enough moms out there that we all know they want to have natural looks and the kind of look she wants to portray. Then there's a lot of people that'll buy, right? So her makeup line could be very successful. I mean, for me, I like to do the glam look. So for me, it's not enough to just have, have a look like Jessica Alba's look. I have to have a look better, right? For me, I have to look extremely glam. Like, I love glam. Like, glam is like it for me. I love glam. So, I mean, yes. So anyway, that's my perspective as a model. I hope you liked it. All right, thank you for watching. All right, bye.